bike and correct the problem of the wind hit me in the top of the helmet coming over the top of the windshield. At highway speed, hitting so hard that it just tends to blur your vision. You know, vibration in the helmet from the wind just is not acceptable. Didn't have a whole lot I wanted to talk about today. But I'm sure I'll come up with something shortly. I really appreciate all the people that have subscribed to my channel. I don't have many subscribers. As far as posting stuff on YouTube and vlogging, I'm a real newbie to that. Been riding a long time, on and off, since 1968, 1969. And as almost all of you who have seen any of my videos, all three of you know, I'm riding a 1982 Yamaha XJ650 Maxim, 30-year-old motorcycle that, for its time, was a very fast machine, a very good machine. It still runs pretty good too. I like it. One thing I touched about a little bit last time in my video, getting a place to have it serviced is kind of hard to find. I took it out to the place that I have been taking it for the last year and a half or so. I've been doing all my tune-up work, you know, my brake work and stuff like that on it. And I called him up the other day, and this is a little bit of a repeat from one of my other videos, but it's worth bringing up again. Look at that. I've got can you see that moth down there hitching a ride on my bike? A Miller. Cool, buddy. I guess it beats flapping your wings. I just hope you don't come back and smack me in the vest. I got a big stain on my vest. It'll be the last thing you remember. Anyway, I had a little oil leak around my left seal. There, got some water, room full of water, not good. And I called him up and was going to get the seals replaced. And the guy at the Yamaha dealer said, "Oh, we're not going to do that anymore." I said, "What?" He says, "There you go, bye, buddy." He says, "We're not going to do that anymore." I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Well, we're just going to work on the newer bikes." He said, "We've got so many of those to work on, we're just not going to work on the older ones anymore." I just, you know, what are you talking about, man? It's a Yamaha motorcycle. I mean, you should be able to do things on it. So, you know, I'd already spent bunches of money there last summer. No problem at all. They were very happy to take my dough. Not so much anymore. So I was really disappointed in their response to my wanting to get my fork seal looked at. I'm not sure what brought that on. Well, maybe I know a little bit about it. I'm not sure about this, but it could have been part of a response. Let's see, what was it? To a part that I had them replace. I'm trying to think if it was a throttle cable or what. Anyway, they said that it'd take a week or so to try to find it because they hated the bike, and they did. You know, I ordered it through parts. Well, when I dropped my machine off, I go back to service, they tell me, well, we fixed it. Well, I went to the parts first when I walked in and to pick up my part for my bike, and then I was going to take my bike back to service, have them go ahead and install it, change the part out, and they said, well, no, I know what I did. Yeah, they said, well, we've already got a part for it. And I said, well, I ordered this one from the parts department because they said that it would take a while, a week or two, to find the part. So here I am, I go to the parts department, I pay for it, and the guy told me, well, we got this part for you, and we found a part. And I said, well, I don't need two of them. I don't care what you do with that one, just don't try to sell it to me too, because I don't want it. I don't need two of them. My bike couldn't take two of them. You know, and it was, I don't know, it was probably, I think, it might have been a $90 part or something like that. But they had to go back and talk to the manager for 20 minutes and discuss what they were going to do and everything. And I'm telling you, it took an act of Congress. And I finally told him I'm not paying for this. You know, he came back out again. Oh, I don't know what we can do. I said, I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm not paying for that other part. You know, I don't care what you do with it. So, anyway, they ended up charging me for the part that I had bought already and paid for from the parts department, and I didn't have to pay for another part that I did not specifically order for my bike, which was only natural in my opinion. Now I don't know if if that's might have been what triggered it a little bit, but that's the only thing I can think of. So to make a long story short, this guy gives me a number for a little bitty motorcycle shop here in town that repairs older bikes, and it looks like what you'd expect. You know, I mean, the guys look like I looked back in the 60s, but a lot younger than me. Oh, well, there was one guy that was my age probably. And I went in there and said, I got a fork seal that's leaking. He wiped it off, said, well, it's not leaking bad. He said, I'm not sure why it would be leaking at all. You know, they're air adjustable up here. And it was around this cap right here. He said, he just wiped it off and said if it starts leaking again, because he couldn't find hardly any oil on it at all, he said, bring it back and we'll take care of it. I've got no problem with that. You know, it's not like the motorcycle shop that I'm used to dealing with, real nice, you know, a dealership that sells motorcycles. These guys just repair old bikes. You know, they've just got old Nortons and BSAs, Triumphs. Ooh, be still my heart. Bikes that I grew up with, old Kawasaki's, old Yamahas, all torn apart. You know, they probably got 30 or 40 of them in this little tiny shop. You know, they got 3 little bays where you drive in on a wooden floor and the guy works on your bike. You drop it off, you know. I don't know if these guys are licensed, certified mechanics or what they are, but I really don't give a hoot as long as they can fix my bike. End of that story. I'll be back shortly.